What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? Primetime 108, we are back. And of course, we are kicking this entire season off following the Grand Prix with an amazing card. We've got Samurai Robin fighting up against Reaper in the main event for the PlayStation #1 contenders matchup. Back-to-back #1 contenders running through the co-main and the main event here this evening. But joining me in the commentary booth to call all of the action is the one and only J-Dime TV. And of course, jumping back in is Roger Warhol. Lovely to see you back, brother. Good to see you getting in with these fights. I'm looking forward to all of the carnage that always happens on these primetime cards. Exactly. 100%. Well, from what I was hearing at the moment, that man's undefeated. Believe it or not there, brother. He's coming into this season. He is 2-0 right now, going up against 3-1 Samurai Robin, who did fantastic, of course, in the Grand Prix. Didn't quite go his way the entire way around, but looking good to kick off the season. So we've seen some ups and downs, Jay, from obviously Reaper in the past. He's had absolute shades of excellence. And if you remember, coming up to the end of last season, he kind of looked like a bit of a different fighter. A bit refocused. He always used to go a little bit wild when his back was up against the wall, but this time around he kind of started to implement a much more measured approach, and I feel like that's really been the game changer to why he's now undefeated kicking off this season, and why he finds himself in this main event spot against one of the best, of course, to do it on the PlayStation division currently in KM Samurai Robin. You're muted, bro? Oh no. Oh, I
can hear you, but in the chat they are saying we're muted. Yeah.
Apologies, lads. That is my mistake. That is absolutely that killed the intro, guys. But nevertheless, what we'll do is we will switch across to the fight card, and very, very shortly we will get into these fights. As you were saying, I know these guys didn't see it, but we have KM Samurai Robin up against STK Reaper in that main event. We will have plenty of opportunity to talk about that as we go throughout the entire course of these fights. But in the co-main event for the Xbox side of the equation, we have another #1 contenders matchup between Winter XJ and TMX. I'm a little bit unfamiliar with TMX, but he finds himself in the exact same position as Reaper, coming in to this final season of Primetime on UFC 4. He is finding himself 2-0 at the moment, and in similar fashion going up against the dark horse of the Xbox run there against Winter XJ, 3-1 at the moment. So should make for an incredible night of fights. But the one thing that I've been really eagerly looking forward to, Roger, is actually this very first fight here this evening. It's going to be between one of the best in the community to absolutely do it. One of my favorite Twitch streamers alongside yourselves there is obviously TST, Swaggy Dr. Kush. He's stepping in the cage. He wants to really kind of showcase his skills. He didn't have the fight he wanted to in his debut, but this time around he is absolutely gunning at Rolling Thunder's neck. He wants to go out in a big way here this evening and showcase that he belongs on this card.
Yeah, I'm excited for this fight. You know, a lot of people coming here are probably coming just to watch Swaggy fight, because Swaggy is a well-known member in the UFC community, and he's got a great opponent, Rolling Thunder, and I'm excited to see how this fight goes. I understand things didn't go his way the first time he fought here, but now he has a chance to redeem himself and not be like Michael Diamond and just go put a bad case for the rest of his camp. Okay, it's time for him to put on for TST and show what TST is all about.
He has an opportunity here, Jay. He has an opportunity to do exactly that. He is obviously his favored Max Holloway pick in the lightweight, I believe this is, and he is going up against Anthony Pettis. Let's be real, Anthony Pettis, such a creative and dynamic striker, but he does have a bit of a height disadvantage, although that's never stopped him in the past up against the likes of Wonderboy, for example.
I mean, that height don't mean nothing. You know why? He's going to use his kicks, and Max Holloway has T-Rex arms. So he's the one who have to fight from the outside, even though Max is the taller fighter, Roger.
That is a fact. Max does have T-Rex arms. Somehow he has shorter arms than Volkanovski, and I don't know how that's physically possible. He's literally taller than him. It just does not make sense. But here we are. I mean, Now, I will say, this is Swaggy's main. I've seen Swaggy use Max Holloway a lot in the past, and I'm sure he's mastered him by this point. But I must say, at this point, Rolling Thunder must also have mastered Anthony Pettis to use Anthony Pettis instead of, any other top-tier fighter that we know in this weight class would be a more even pick. So I'm kind of curious to see what Rolling Thunder has in store for us.
Well, right now, I mean, he's managing range pretty well. He just did a little cage cut and a flying knee first land. He throws it back. This is crazy. I was going to say Swaggy, especially with Max Holloway, he's known for being flashy, Jay. He's known for going a little crazy out there, but he can get him caught. Oh!
And it did get him caught. I'm concerned about this. Even though he was hurt, why didn't he duck that spinning wheel kick? He's thrown it more. He's done that Showtime kick and the spinning wheel kick more than. Oh my gosh, a cartwheel kick, Roger.
Hey, they're throwing caution to the wind. They're throwing a lot of big strikes in this first round. I mean, I would say at this point, if this favors Swaggy, this kind of fight, because he has the fighter with the better chin and the better cardio. So if this fight continues to go on, Swaggy just has to keep safe and not get knocked out, and maybe make Rolling Thunder miss a little bit more.
Yeah, I think honestly, these guys may have realized that it's 5 rounds early, and they have gone absolutely balls to the wall right now.
I don't think they want to go 5 rounds. I think they want to make this as short as they can.
That's what I mean, bro. They're trying to look at that.
He is dead.
Yeah,
he has died.
Woo. Oh my goodness, that was absolute madness. As long as it lasted. Rolling Thunder here to stay, it would appear, brother. I mean.
Ooh.
They're setting up big. He was setting up that head kick. He was throwing the Showtime kick. He was throwing a lot of big strikes at the head. He was setting it up. You could tell that's what he wanted. I think Swaggy just wasn't prepared for it. Swaggy should have maybe ducked, or maybe made him miss a little more, started a little slower than Rolling Thunder was, because Rolling Thunder was throwing his stamina out the window. He did not he was throwing big strikes. He didn't
no counter for it either. There was he didn't pay no price for that.
Yeah, 100%. Look, Swaggy came into the chat saying early stoppage. I love it, bro. I fucking love Swaggy. He's great. In all seriousness, he looked really comfortable in the opening going. He instantly went to his bag of tricks, started throwing out some flying knees, trying to keep Rolling Thunder in a sticky situation. Didn't want to let him feel comfortable, but the way that Rolling Thunder just kind of answered fire with fire just kind of shows me that he's probably being around the block when it comes to the OWC sort of thing. He's used to seeing a variety of styles, used to seeing people maybe go a little bit wild, and not many people can do it in a way like Swaggy, which keeps you so off off the beaten path, keeps you off track. But he was able to adjust very, very quickly, and ultimately was able to get the finish in that first round. Great little win from Rolling Thunder. Now he's 3-0. Too many 2-0s we were speaking about earlier. This man is 2-1, going into the beginning of the season. So moves into the positive side, and I'm sure he will be looking to do more of that in the very, very near future. We will now, of course, be looking forward to the next one, lads, with that in the history books. This guy has been around the scene for a very, very long time. He's done great work throughout that course, and quite honestly, has looked like a savage. I think the graphic is maybe a little bit wrong there. I don't believe it's LW Guru unless he's changed his name, but it is Pirate Kip going up against Kante, former champion. Of course, now finds himself on the lower end of the division, but it's very early in the season, and he's going to want to get a nice little W in his, bracket. Quite honestly, it's actually a tough one. I'll be straight up with you, Roger. It's a tough one, because Pirate Kip, for anybody that doesn't know, he's like low-key one of the slicker strikers that you'll come across on the Xbox division.
Okay. The record does not matter. Okay, I feel like I gotta say this every time because it always looks crazy sometimes. And even though it looks crazy, we've seen upsets. Okay, we've seen the bright lights matter. Okay, you're in front of all these people. It matters whether or not you can perform in front of all these people. Okay, now I love Frankie Edgar in this game. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Okay, I really do like Frankie Edgar. He has great stamina. His chin is a little, whatever, but he has great stamina. And I think Luis Mocha has underrated striking in this game. Now, what I think will happen, I'm just going to come up with an early prediction. I think he's going to wrestle with Frankie. I think he might wrestle with Frankie. Who knows, right? I could be wrong, but I think he might do it. We'll see.
We shall see. You can see that right hook being used from Kante earlier. Now, look, it's interesting to say, right? You say the record doesn't matter. You're absolutely right. We've seen crazier things happen, but Kante is actually a champion, or has been a champion here in Primetime MMA. And Pirate Kip's been around for a long time. He hasn't quite managed to reach that yet, so there's still time for him. But Kante has showcased that he has been able to turn up when the lights are brightest. And whether or not he's able to do that again here this evening remains to be told, J-Dime. But as you can see early, they are exchanging in the pocket, and I don't think they're slowing up anytime soon. Oh!
Yeah, I was about to say, I want to know how their matches go. The record don't matter unless he's whitewashing him.
Yeah.
If it's competitive, it don't matter.
Oh,
but if he's just running through him, which I think may happen, Roger, when they fight, matters.
Yeah. Well, I will say this fight could be, it could, like I said, or like Sarah said, people turn up whenever the pressure's on them, and maybe Kante will. What I will say,
maybe he will.
I think Conte's being a little predictable with these strikes. That's why he's missing a lot of them. But he just rocked, Kip. So who knows? This fight. Listen, I really think it's up in there. I really don't think the record matters when it comes to primetime. It can literally go either way. We have so many people here. Maybe Kip's nervous. Maybe we're getting a different version of Kip as we speak.
Absolutely. I mean, he seems to be looking good right now, Jay, but I will say for me, it's about whether or not Kante is going to try to engage in the wrestling. Because that's where his bread's buttered, bro. And I know Pirate Kip. He's too good on the feet to, kind of make any sort of minor mistakes. He's already capitalized a few times, and he is slowly starting to march him down with, overall kind of cardio advantage. This early on, that could become problematic if they make it into those second and third rounds.
Yeah, what I will say is the picks matter. He's using Luis Smoker. I think if he wins, he should get 2 wins on his record if he wins the fight.
I don't think Luis Smoker's that bad, man. People give Luis Smoker a bad rap. His striking's pretty good in the game. You just gotta know what you're doing. Like, I think the problem is Conte's throwing too many 1-2s, and look right there, Kip is just picking up on it. He's being a little too predictable. That's the problem. Conte's not making the right adjustments in this fight. Kip is clearly making adjustments, using his head movement, making Kante miss, and that's why Kante's stamina is so low already. Because it's not like Kip is going to the body that much. It's just he's just making a miss. He needs to mix it up. Stop throwing 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 so much, and then occasionally mixing in a hook. Maybe he should just throw a jab, then a hook, because clearly Kip is slipping most of these.
Yeah, variation is going to be key up against somebody like Pirate Kip, and quite honestly, fainting that man a little bit, because he is just too good on the feet. He reads everything very, very well. You give him a pattern, and he is going to take full advantage of that. Jesus, man. I mean, I need to see Kante. I need to see something from Kante, man. He's really, really having a tough time out here, and he has not actually even tried to clinch or take him down yet, Jay, and I'm surprised in that, bro. I'm surprised in.
Yeah, he's fighting the wrong fight, and Luis Smoker health stats are terrible, and now he's getting pieced up too by him, Roger.
Yeah, I think it's because Kip is clearly just playing it slow, taking his time in this first round, and letting Kante wear himself out. And he even got a knockdown because of it. I think Kante maybe needs to slow down and mix it up, maybe even go to the body at this point, because he's only headhunting and he's throwing the same combo over and over and over again. And at this point, Kip just kind of knows what to do. And Kip is just letting him waste his energy, because, like I said, it's not like Kip is going to the body so much. Kip is just kind of countering him. See right there, counters him with a straight uppercut and then a hook.
Oh my goodness, and he catches him again.
Yeah, he's catching him in between his punches. At this point, it's hard for Kante to even do anything, because he's at such a stamina disadvantage, and now his head health is pretty low. Look, he's getting rocked.
Oh my god!
If you know anything about Pirate Kip, man, he is. Oh my goodness!
Death kick, that's what we know.
That's
the death kick.
He's the great equalizer.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Kip's head movement is on point right now.
Yeah, he honestly, his striking is actually like on point. This isn't even the cleanest version of him. I feel like he's only just starting to build up momentum. He's getting a bit overconfident, if anything, to be honest with you.
I think he's just starting slow. Plus, you gotta think Frankie Edgar has a 90 chin, I believe. So it's not hard to rock Frankie, especially if you're throwing death kicks. I think it's just the ranges was messing him up. I think the range is making it a little difficult for him to get inside, so he's just looking for counters. He is starting pretty slow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like it's with him though. He is I honestly feel like he came into this fight just completely disregarding Kante. He wanted to start slow. He seen a game plan to get a finish, and right now he's styling. He isn't trying to jump or anything. He is literally trying to get these lunges. He wants a flashy finish just to prove a point here that he is on the scene and he fucking did it.
Hey, yo. Cyrez the Mystical called it. Jeez. I mean, holy.
Jesus.
Cyrez, you can see the future? I didn't even know this. You dididn't tell me about this, man.
I think he knew the script. That's what I think happened.
I've seen this guy fight too many times. I've fought him too many times back when I was on Xbox, and honestly, like, his problems are outside the cage, not inside the cage, bro. Like, he's kind of, bro. And like, I understand almost like why Kante didn't maybe want to engage with the grappling, because, like, once again, people don't know this about Pirate, but he's real fucking good there. And he's kind of like a pick your poison sort of vibe, but he obviously was better on the feet, and I feel like just mixing it up may have opened up some possibilities from Kante. But tonight was the story of Pirate Kip getting another big W, and you absolutely love to see it. I mean, that guy is really showcasing some clean striking here this evening. He showcased that he belonged. Getting a W over a former champion, even if he was up on him outside of this promotion, doesn't really matter. He looked real good. I'm hoping that this man can keep it together and we can get a nice little run out of him towards the end of the season, because it would be nice to really showcase his skills come the end of the season, because there's always been something to stop it. But this last season, with performances like that, he may be onto a winner. His confidence clearly high, Jay. He was definitely not lacking any confidence in that cage. Yeah,
I can tell, and also after the fight, he put in the chat, easy.
That's Pirate, bro. Like, yeah, he's a controversial character. That's on the nicer end of things. I mean, over the years he has matured, and he chooses his words considerably better than he may have once upon a time. But he has always had this, the absolute kind of built-in striking that you need to kind of compete at the upper end of any of these divisions, quite honestly. So I really hope to see a nice little run out of him, and that's two very quick fights in the box right here, lads, and we're going to be moving on to the next one, which is between Benjami and Odran, I think his name is Odran, as we have a little look at this card. These guys are actually going to be in lightweight. Should be a fun one. Lightweight is always an interesting weight class. There's a lot of picks there, especially with like the 4-star side of things, Roger, because, I mean, Conor McGregor's 4 stars, which kind of opens him up a little bit. You think people ban him a little bit more often, but they don't. We see a lot of corners.
I'm gonna say this. I think this is a lose-lose for Ordron, or I hope I'm saying his name right. Right? Because like, even if he wins, he's supposed to win. It's Yancy Medeiros. Yeah. But if he loses, it's like, dang, bro, you lost and you had Conor against Yancy Medeiros. Like, this is kind of like Benjami's putting himself, or putting Odron in kind of a weird position here. And, I guess more power to Benjami if he wins, right? Because it's really a win-win for Benjami, because even if he loses, he can make the excuse later, which I don't like, but hey, it is what it is. We're here now, right? Absolutely. So let's see.
No, you're right, though, bro. There is a built-in excuse. I don't feel like Benjami. I've not really seen too much of him, but he's been kind of trying to slowly build himself within the promotion. We'll see. He's obviously confident, Jay. I mean, go in Yancy Medeiros, which has got some fundamentally sound striking, as you can see right there. But, statistically, he's up against it when he's fighting a Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I think Benjami can pull him. He's throwing a lot of round strikes to start this match, Roger.
I like the defense from Benjami right now. The problem is the health stats of Yancy Medeiros is so bad. Especially when you're fighting against a Conor, it only takes like a few. It doesn't take a lot to really put Yancy away. But honestly, he's doing a great job right now of putting it on Odron right now, and he's finding good counters. So maybe he's better than what we know he is, and maybe he's just flexing. He could be just flexing on us right now.
Why you say we?
Hey, I don't know.
I'm just playing.
This is, I'm liking some of these lunges from Odran. I don't know if he saw it from Pirate Kip and decided to work some into his game plan here this evening, but he's thrown a couple, and I think he's just trying to capitalize on the lunges of Yancy Medeiros right there. But that's a beautiful pull counter.
Oh yeah, he got. Oh yeah, this is where everything hits the fan here.
I was saying it only takes a few. It only takes a few. That's why Yancey is as good as you can be as good as you want against Connor with Yancey is still dangerous because it only takes a few. You could be winning the whole fight, but it just takes a few.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
We got a freeze frame on that because it deserved it.
I'm gonna keep it. I don't know. Hey, no.
Oh my!
I rage quit after that. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know. I don't care who he would have had in that situation. He probably would have got knocked out. He leaned into that. I mean, like, we gotta be real. You can't use an excuse for that. You leaned into that. So it's like, all right.
Once Connor touched him, though, that first time it was over.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't take a lot to put you away. If you in that matchup, it's a bad matchup.
Well, I mean, opportunity came a knocking, and he took that with both hands. What a beautiful little spin kick. Another one that could be potential knockout of the night very, very early on this card. And we are set in record pace with what is actually turning out to be one of the funnest cards in a little while. These guys all living up. No title fight here this evening, but every single one of these guys taking the opportunity to put themselves above the rest of the names in their division. Really, really trying to showcase some of those finishing instincts early in the final season of UFC 4. And with that one, lads, we move on to the next one. And this is between Hella Looted and Big Pab. 2-1 v 1-0. This one in welterweight. I don't think I've seen either one of these guys fight before, so I'm not too sure, obviously, on what to expect, lads. But I would imagine that these guys have been slowly working themselves up from that unedged side of things. Obviously, they've got a couple fights on their resume, and they're looking to showcase and shock the world here this evening.
I mean, listen, Cyrus. This is prime time. I mean, come on. We don't have bums here. We only have the most elite fighters in the community. You can't be trash and fight on prime time. I'm sorry. You just can't be garbage and fight on the screen. It just doesn't happen.
Bro, look, this is the thing, though, right?
Garbage fighter on here. There's not one.
I agree, bro, right? But like, you will, even if you are a good player and you make it to these positions, some of these guys are going to make you look very, very basic, right? And the pressure does get to people. I've been in some of those corners back in the day. We used to run everybody competing in a singular party when we were just Xbox only, before Discord, all that stuff. And you would see that people would get really nervous. And that was when we were like just a really, really small community, right? So now with the opportunity at hand, it can really put some stress on it. But you will find out, this will separate the boys from the men, really, really, who can rise to the occasion. And these guys going, Nate Diaz, up against Jorge Masvidal, I think they're two guys that are trying to put themselves down as some bad motherfuckers in Primetime MMA, and they want to showcase those hands, which I am more than happy to call for, lads. Start a quick anatone. I love it.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, listen. I mean, you're not wrong, man. It's prime time. This is bright lights. That's why I say the record doesn't matter. And you said it perfectly. This is where boys are different, from the men. This is where we're gonna see who's really like that and who's not. And right now, this fight is already starting out amazing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yo, he already. Oh, nice up kick. And here's the thing, they're new here. I've never seen them fight. So this is the first impression. I think the first impression is everything. Because if they show out, they go here and look like ass, I'm not going to want to watch them fight again. So this is everything right here.
Fact. That is a fact. At the highest level, anybody can make you look trash at the highest level. And this is the highest level. So it's on these guys to put on a performance to make us believe and think why we should take them serious. And I think we have every reason to, because right now they're giving us a great show. This is an amazing fight so far. It's been all action. We've seen a knockdown. We've seen taunts. We've seen it all in this fight now so far. I wonder who's going to win. I mean, it's not really that bad of a matchup. I think if anything, the Nate Diaz player, he should probably slow down a little bit and try to use that stamina advantage against the Jorge Masvidal. Because at this point, they've both shown that they're good fighters, and it's very competitive right now.
Absolutely. And I mean, let's not forget now, there's no holds barred, and if Hella Looted wants to, he's been engaging on those clinches very, very nicely. He can throw up a little triangle or something if he wants to, right? There's some sneaky things that he can now go for. I think that Nate's got that anyway, but Masvidal, I'll be really honest with you, Jay. So far, he looks like much better in terms of the fundamental boxing for my money. He's landing some really nice like jabs and then following it with the right hand, and he's getting good connections. So Diaz needs to be a little careful because although he's got an incredible chin, that Jorge Masvidal power can catch basically anybody in that division, just like that.
Oh my, exactly. I agree with you. He got to get out there. Oh, way to retreat. And you see the way he's cut right there? If this was UFC 5, the doctor would be looking at it, Roger.
Yeah. He sidestepped into that. Oh my goodness.
This is like classic Nate Diaz.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's recovering. That was nice. That was smart. I like that he recovered there.
Oh my goodness. Wicked has to be really disciplined here. He can't be throwing that head kick. I know he wants to, and I feel like Nate's waiting to duck that shit, but they make it out of the first after what was back and forth war between these two competitors. They're going to need to go into this next one. Like you said, lucky it's not UFC 5 for them, because the doctor would definitely be taking a close look at the cut of Nate Diaz. And that's something that maybe comes into effect, right? Diaz, I don't know if it's maybe just like higher thresholds, but Diaz does get cut a lot in real life. He's got a lot of that scar tissue, so it could become problematic for him, but doesn't impact it here, of course, just for now.
No, you're not wrong. I think that Nate Diaz in this game right now, he should focus on counter punching Masvidal, because that's where he got the knockdown. That's where he found his success, was countering off the whiffs. Instead of coming forward so much, because it looks like Masvidal is looking for him to come forward and land a 1-2 or try to catch him with the spinning back fist. So if I'm Nate Diaz, I'm looking for counters instead of coming forward so much, because you see Masvidal is just backing up, looking for his own counters. So make Masvidal come forward a little bit. You see, he's catching him coming in every time.
Yeah, honestly, everything he's doing, Jay, if he leans to the left, the right hand meets him. He leans to the right, the left hand meets him. Everything's just catching this man left, right, and center. He needs to really switch it up because,
nice. There we go.
And there's a counter you called for. Maybe Hella Looted needs a coach, Roger.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I think he needs a coach. I think he just needs to make the adjustment. Figure out, look at what success you found in the fight, and capitalize on that. Keep doing that. Stop going forward so much just because you got the knockdown. You got to stay calm, stay present in the fight, and realize, okay, this is a fight. Even though I knocked him down, he's still dangerous. And I think that's what he's forgotten, because he's getting hit a lot right now. Now his head health is blinking, and he could get knocked out any moment at this point.
Absolutely. Nice little straight from Hella Looted, able to evade the leg kick as well, but I don't know if Masvidal is just playing possum behind this black line. Does get caught. Ooh. He's doing well with those kicks, don't you think, Roger? He's really starting to connect with both on the leg and the head.
Yeah, maybe he should have picked somebody else if he wants to throw these kicks, because he could do way more damage. I mean, kicking with Nate Diaz is crazy. Let's be honest. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's more than insane. Usually Nate Diaz is the one getting kicked, getting hit with a leg kick, but now the roles are reversed. So I think you're right. He picked the wrong person. Oh my gosh.
God.
He gonna let him
too low to be pressuring like that.
Nate, I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here. Get him. I would have stayed right there for a while.
And
he's losing the round at this point. And there's only a minute left, so he needs to get up and try to do what he can at this point.
Yeah.
His head health is so low, though.
Oh, Jesus, that's it. It's got to be. He doesn't decide to follow it up.
Not jumping.
Honestly, I don't blame him, because he just got stalked and slapped, and he's like, you're stalked and slapping me when I'm fucking you up. I ain't accepting this, bro. And he's now trying to make an example.
He's taunting back, too.
Oh my.
Twice.
He's dead. Nate is dead.
Lads,
that's a dead man.
That's a super rare knockout. We've had it twice already tonight. We haven't even got off the prelims, and these guys throwing out lunging hooks to get the knockout. That is timing. That is impeccable. What a performance. Beautiful, beautiful work. I'm a big fan of what Big Pab was able to do right there. Moving on to 2-0, an undefeated prospect, getting a lunging hook finish in that second round. Beautiful, beautiful work.
Oh my. Here's the thing. If this was UFC 5, Nate would have been stopped by a doctor. It wouldn't even got to this point.
Honestly, I think in UFC 5, they might have nerfed him with that doctor stopping stuff, because it is really easy to cut him. And there's a separate stat for cut susceptibility in that game.
There is?
And shit. Yeah, there is. Yeah, so I can only imagine his cut susceptibility is really low in that game. We haven't seen him, obviously, in the game yet, but I can only imagine,
Wow, man. Wow, well, That was another fun one, lads. We are setting a record pace. We started a little late, but we are making up for some lost time right there with these guys really, really putting in the, the kind of stellar performances needed to get the finishes in quick succession. And with that being said, we will move on very, very swiftly to the next one. K1 Cooked is 1-0 in the division right now. He is ranked number 12 off that 1-0, going up against ranked number 15 Red Wolf, also 1-0, lads. Should be a very, very fun fight. Waiting on this guy to go live. Oh no, he's live, my bad, and we are good to get into it. These guys actually are bantamweight, lads, and from what I can see, we're actually going to see a Rosa Jr. out here up against a Henan Barao, and that's a weird and fun little matchup.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's
to say the least.
It is very interesting.
Oh wait, on 290.
This is crazy. It's steady though, so it must be some. It's good internet. They just far.
I'm about to give some. I'm about to tell them strategy here. Watch this. Throw leg kicks. It's so tough to check a leg kick on that ping. Just mixing leg kicks.
Very true. I think this is like one of those dino situations. I don't know where he's from, but he's gonna seem stable, bro. Seems stable, and they're happy to go. Some decent quality on the stream as well, and looks like we're gonna get to witness all of the carnage. I think, is this the first time that we're seeing Rosa used? It's got to be, right?
For sure.
So.
Yeah. It's got to be. It's got to be.
We had to see somebody. Somebody had to.
You can't miss.
I don't know. We saw Yancy Medeiros today. Somebody had to pick Raul Rosas at some point. All right.
Okay.
Now, I personally like Henan Barana's game. I just will say this: his chin is not the best. It will forsake you. Like, you kind of have to protect his chin.
Whoa.
That was a huge whiff, though.
Yeah, like honestly, much like Cub Swanson and a couple of my other favorite picks, to be honest with you, they're definitely better hammers than they are nails. But when you get it going with them, when you utilize them correctly, Roger, it's just too clean, and people find it difficult to even find their rhythm or range against you.
Yeah.
He's really working behind that jab right now, Jay. I think that's a smart move, especially against somebody like Yeet right now, who is seemingly happy to play on the outside and be looking for these spins. If he's able to pick him apart with a jab, it could be a real early track to success.
If I'm Raul, you do gotta mix in the grappling, because I don't know how much we're gonna trust in Raul's hands right now, Roger.
I agree. He's getting pieced right now too.
Oh, he get more than pieced.
A perfect setup too. He set that up. That was beautiful. Gotta give it to him. That was beautiful.
Right.
Now, if I'm Henan Barao, I'm circling to the power side because we know Yeet wants to throw those spinning kicks, and that's how you make them whiff that.
Oh my goodness! There it is.
Nice.
Raul need the way to put this to the ground, but the problem is,
Raul needs to shoot legs.
He's not going to get there. He's not even in good position to take him down right now because Henan Barao's controlling this cage.
Yeah, the boxing is really good from Henan right now.
Yeah, he is kind of controlling every sort of exchange so far. Nice little slip off from Rosa Jr. right there, and he does get the single leg entry. But he's not even turning the ankle, lads. He's just driving, and he's getting denied easily.
Great takedown defense from Wolf.
Oh, this is... maybe Raul has bit more than he can chew. Maybe he's too young to go against a vet like Henan Barao, and they need to send him back to the unaired, Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, look, people forget Henan Barao, man, was champion for a long time, or kind of like interim champion, I think is actually what he was, but he was for a very, very long time when Dominic Cruz was out with his injuries back in the day, and he is truly a sensational competitor. This guy, very young in his run in the UFC, and his skills are definitely not going to be there quite yet, but it is about, who's behind the sticks, and right now, for my money, the Red Wolf is the man that is in full control, not only through the pick, but through the choices he is making in this cage here this evening. He is controlling himself with grace and excellence, but has to be careful not to get overzealous and start to get connected on, because Rosa can bang, man. He will throw those hands and he will knock you out.
Yeah, I think Red Wolf has done a great job of setting the table with the jab. He's got Rosa scared of the jab. I think at this point he needs to throw a body kick after the jab from range, or at least throw the rear hook after the jab, because it's there. It's there. Rosas is clearly scared of the jab now. He's flipping, he's moving his head more, and he's starting to miss the jab more. And I think that's why his stamina it was so low toward the end of that round. You know, and he's going back to the jab, and I love it. I love the jab. At this point now, he needs to put something behind it.
Man, that's the most important. That jab is the most important punch, not just in boxing, in fighting in general. That jab can set up everything, all sources of offense, Cyrus.
Yeah, it's your rangefinder. It is your, you know, you set the rhythm with it. It controls absolutely, well, almost every element of the striking realm. And, you know, obviously there's guys out there that kind of kick, like Edson Barboza, and will use their lead leg almost like a jab. And somebody like Henan Brow is able to do both, man. He can lead with his hands, he can lead with his legs, and I feel like that sort of variance is giving Yeet a lot of, you know, a lot of trouble, bro. It's a lot of trouble. His most successful strike, Roger, has been that spin kick and a little slip off straight, but I don't think that's enough to get a big W over somebody like Henan or the Red Wolf.
Well, if I'm Raul Rosas, I'm trying to get my own jab going. He's kind of shelling up. He's not really throwing it back. If you notice, like he's kind of, and then he gets caught right there because he's overextending. He needs to try to get his own jab going and get his own, you know, offense going. He has no offense going.
Man, it's over. He was lost in the sauce, man. It's over.
Yeah, I think he shelled up too much. I think he shelled up too much and was too scared of what was coming at him instead of trying to get his own thing going. You know, he was letting Henan Brow kind of run through him.
I just found out that, unless I'm reading this wrong, Red Wolf is actually John Africa. We've seen this guy around for a long time, man. He's actually a vet.
Okay. Listen, that makes perfect sense. Then. that makes perfect sense. Okay, now I would have bet some. Now I would actually bet if I knew who that was. All right, because listen, he beat the dog shit out of Raul Rosas. Like that wasn't a competitive fight. I think Raul was trying to shoot takedowns from too far because he had to, because he's already getting pieced up, and he's gonna go back to the drawing board and learn from this. Hopefully on UFC 5, not 4. And yeah,
there's no losses, only lessons, lads. And you know, look.
No, that's John Africa or John Snow.
Somebody said John Africa in the chat, so like I said, unless I'm hearing that wrong,
John with that.
I'm sure somebody said John Africa in the chat. I could be wrong. Oh, in fact, you know what? I'm pretty sure the YouTube is John Africa. Yeah, it's John Africa. It's John Africa. Okay, I should have known that. I literally put the guy's stream up. That's pretty bad. Either way, we move on swiftly to the next one. We are burning through tonight's fights, lads, and the next one promises to be, I would imagine, in a similar vein, and it is between a short notice replacement, a man that has been around the community for a long time, a polarizing figure, gets in a lot of trouble outside the cage, but always tries to put on fun fights in the cage. ICB Lepo, brother, also known as ICB Rogue Diaz. He is going up against Reepsy. Should be a real fun fight. It's middleweight, and knowing Lepo, and from what I'm actually seeing this very second, he's actually going to go Nick Diaz, and he's going to be going up against Anderson Silva, a matchup we're going to get to see being run back. The fight.
What the? Oh, my bad. I've seen like 3 under my eyes.
Oh, Jesus, that is jumping a little bit. That may be problematic.
Making me nervous.
Well, what we'll do is we'll get a thumbs up from the back in the moment. I don't know whether or not this is going to be run. So. Yeah, I tell you what we'll do, lads. We are going to, just for a moment, switch back to the card. We'll have a little look forward, because we've only got 1 or 2 extra fights, and one more fight, I should say, on the early prelims before we move on to this main card. Gonna see what these guys are doing. Obviously, they've decided to go for it. Of course, when it's in situations like this, they have an opportunity to not do the fight because the connection is a little bit higher. Looks like they've chosen to go for it, and we'll have to see if it has a little bit of an impact. I fought Lepo a bunch of times. His connection is normally a little bit higher because I can't remember exactly where he's from, but he's from out there, bro, and basically doesn't have like the same sort of connections as you would for somebody a little bit closer. But it's normally pretty stable. To see it fluctuating, a little bit concerning, but we will see if it has any impacts on the match as they touch him up for the first round out here, Roger. No strikes thrown so far. I wonder if it's going to be a repeat of the fight in real life, and we're going to see some taunts and not a lot of throwing.
I will say this. I've seen Reepsy fight many times. I've never actually fought him, but I know Reepsy's really good at the game, right? Him and CV have fought a lot, and I think they train together at times. You know, I know they have a lot of spars, so I think we'll see a similar approach from the way CV fights, but a little more active, as you can see, obviously, right? But I think Nick Diaz right now needs to. I think he needs to, put the pressure on Reepsy to, win this fight. If I'm being honest, because Reepsy is better when the fight is at this pace right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I agree. He's trying to pressure, but he's still at Reepsy's pace. Like, the pace is a slow, methodical pace, so Reepsy can just pick him apart, Cyrus.
Yeah, and for like me, it's actually a bit strange because I know that Lepo fights against Blackout, the former PlayStation champ, a lot. He's trying to kind of get some of that B3 style to rub off on him a little bit. And, historically, he's been a bit of a wild fighter, Roger. He likes to taunt, he likes to get in his opponent's face, and he likes to honestly throw the wildest of shit. So it's surprised to see him come out here and be so kind of composed and like almost not throwing. I don't know. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what that's about, but maybe he's been working on a game plan and has one coming into this fight.
Yeah, I think Lepo, maybe he's like, maybe he's I was just about to say, maybe he knows something what he doing. He clearly does. He got a drop. Okay, and he taunts him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he's gonna get in Reepsy's head though. Reepsy doesn't really fight outside himself. He will stay calm and composed and fight this exact pace the entire fight. I'm not lying to you. He's very comfortable at this pace. That's why I say you kind of have to put the pressure on him and force him to fight different, because he won't unless you force him to.
Absolutely.
He's very patient.
Honestly, it's his biggest strength, in my opinion, the fact that he's able to be, so kind of soul-focused. He doesn't let outside factors impact or waver him from what he knows he does best. And of course, that's not to say he doesn't make adjustments, because honestly, he's already made adjustments in this fight as he shoots a single leg and gets it, Jay.
No, that's smart, because if you've seen, Nick Diaz was starting to break his block. As soon as that block got low, he put him on that ground.
Decided to separate once again, but now he's lighting him up with the combinations, a couple of body shots to boot, and beautiful work. But a hip toss from ICB. Lepo, I don't know if he's still ICB or not, but it says it in his name.
No, they said he's not. They said he's just Lepo.
Okay, fair enough. Either way, this man traditionally and historically was a grappler, but like I said, he's been trying to work on those hands, but he now finds himself on the mat with a guy that has silky submissions, and he may be trying to get one early.
I'm not for this anyways. Maybe he's doing it for the the points on the scorecards, but I mean he already got a knockdown. I don't recall, did Reepsy even get a knockdown that round? I know he got a rock, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he got a knockdown. I think he was just doing really good work. But
yeah. So Lepo definitely won the round, so he didn't even need to do that. But I think Lepo's just adding on to it.
Absolutely. They touch him up for the second rounds. We hit the matrix for a second as a spin to the body happens for Reepsy. Little kind of death kick coming back his way, but no shebang right there. Combinations are landing for Rogue Diaz out here, Jay Diamond. He seems to be trying to turn it up a little bit right now, smothering the kind of...
trying to take his block off.
Yeah, he's trying to take his block off.
He's trying to use his feet, Roger. He has to use his feet. He got to get out of there.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing about Reepsy that separates him from CV. He's patient, but CV is moving a little more mobile than Reepsy. Reepsy's standing there kind of taking it, and I think that's at his disadvantage right now, because Lepo has no problem breaking Reepsy's block, clearly. I think Reepsy maybe either needs to use his head movement feet or try to look for counters there instead of just letting Lepo tee off on him like that. I like this clinch work, though.
Yeah, it was beautiful clinch work, and I was honestly going to start to call for knees to the body. I was meaning in the open, but he decided to do so in the clinch. Had a lot of... nice work right there, but straight when they're separated, J-Dime. Oh, never mind.
Nice.
Oh, that up kick be saving lives more than seat belts, like y'all say. That,
yes, sir.
Because the match could be over if them up kicks don't hit them.
Bro, it's crazy how many people get saved by that. Honestly, it's I wonder, is that still in UFC 5? Is that a thing still? Did I know? I don't know.
I've seen it. I'm with you. But that was a nice combo from Lepo. I mean, not Lepo.
Lovely.
Nice lead hook. No, turn the stream back on. No, I want you to
closed his app.
Turn it back on.
He closed his app. No, he can't. He closed his app.
That's
it's
offline.
over.
That's offline.
You can't even go back if he wanted to. Oh my gosh, no! I'm not gonna lie. Rage quitting in front of this many people is crazy.
You're not lying.
Look,
rage quitting in front of this many people is insane. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta go out with more dignity.
yeah, look, especially when you're talking the talk, right? If you're talking the talk over there and you're giving taunts out there and stuff, you gotta be able to take an L and
man, you taunted him. You taunted him.
Brother. Well, I mean, look, fair play to Reapsy after what was an absolute horrendous start from him. You know, Lepo was really starting to light him up in the early go, and he was able to, as you were talking about, Roger, kind of stick true to himself, not get sucked into the game plan of this kind of mental warfare that was going on at the same time, and ultimately was able to find the finish as a result. But as I was saying, lads, that fight right there was just the one before the featured fights of the prelims, and that's where we find ourselves at this very moment. Should be an incredibly competitive bout between two guys that have been around the Xbox division for some time now. We're going to be seeing EK Issues, representing EK, of course, going up against No Hope Webo, or known as Webo. Should be a real fun one. They've got interesting picks. This is at featherweight, and we're seeing some normal, kind of usual picks we would see from lightweight, but down in featherweight. It should be an interesting matchup between Dustin and Charlie Olives over here, J-Dime.
Yeah, the thing is, this is not the same Charlie Olives that you got in lightweight. He's not. He don't have the same ground game. He don't have the same striking. His durability isn't there. But once again, Dustin's not the same guy either. But he still has the 5-star boxing, Roger.
I think this is a very interesting matchup. If I'm being honest, I would lean more toward the Dustin pick if I'm going to say which fighter is a better pick here. But at the same time, it's not like it's an impossible challenge, because it's like you said, both of these fighters aren't really the same at this weight class as they are at lightweight. So I'm curious where this goes. You know, it could really go either way based on who's using it. Like, you know, Cyrus says it's really behind, you know, who's using them. That's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's a bad shot.
It was not the best of shots. You're absolutely correct, and he did not get it. It was easily defended. These elbows are crazy, bro. Like the 6 to 12 elbow out there. Now a takedown.
There we go. No, that's what I want. I want him to take him to the cage, clinch him. Those takedowns, not in the open match. Oh, he's insane. I can't even lie.
Oh my God.
He's an insane human being for doing that.
Hey, he don't care.
No, he has no morals. Oh my!
Yeah, I was about to say, he has no morals. He's here to win.
We can clearly tell. Crazy.
He does not care.
A standing guillotine into a death kick is insane.
Yeah, I bro. Something else, you know, like he ain't trying to win fans, he's trying to win fights out here, it would appear, you know. Going to his roots, I'm sure.
Try to RNC him. Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm gonna tell him what he should do. Hey, this is what he should do. Pre-deny up. Pre-deny up and get a rear naked choke. That's what he should have did.
Well, obviously, this is exactly where Charlie Olives wants to be. Gets an easy deny. Now goes for a triangle armbar, Roger. This could be close with that nice little denial prior to putting it on.
A great start.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start. I don't think he's going to get it, though.
No,
I mean,
Dustin had a great start on the ball.
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Dustin had a great start, so I don't think he's going to get it. No way he goes for it again.
No, this is
He
actually doesn't care. Oh,
he does not care. The disrespect.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. No, I'm about to tell him how to deny. Let's deny up. Oh my gosh, deny up and stops the drain. See? Oh my goodness. Oh, he's winning by any means. This is winning by any means right now.
Yes, sir. This is the first time we've seen somebody try to go to this extent with the rules changed. But look, it's a game fight, and EK Issues is a veteran of the scene, gets a reversal, and now he's going to look to rain down some heavy ground and pound with Dustin Poirier. Not for long, as they find themselves back in the feet. But you know what's coming now, Jay? He has to be careful of that clinch. He has to be careful of that back take.
Nice.
You know what? I'm not mad at this though, because we have rules set in play, right? But the rules has been taken out for the end of PT. Oh my gosh, everything he did does not matter anymore. But the rules has been taken out, and I agree because it's the end of UFC 4. Let's have some fun here.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, listen, he just stole around low key with that knockdown. I hope, at least in the judges' eyes, because the judges be seeing something else. But that's just me. Yeah. But I mean, listen, if I'm Dustin right now, I'm taking a breather, and I'm just taking. I realize this man is about to fight this way, so I'm like, you gotta calm down and realize, okay, this is what I'm in for. I wouldn't say match his energy, but just prepare for it. Because if you fight his kind of fight, you might lose like that. So just prepare for it. Now you know what he's trying to do. Okay, yeah, look, see, death kick that started right there. You just gotta be ready. Ooh,
I'm enjoying this though.
This is entertaining. I will say that.
This is a perfect blend of negativity, and I like it. I like this.
Hey, I don't know how he needs to just be slipping because he's fishing for that.
He got it, bro. He got it.
My.
Look at the escape, though. And this is the point, man. He's doing a really good job. He's still not out yet, but this is what I mean, bro. These things, they can be overpowered if you don't know what you're doing, but
he's
EK Issues.
I'm just trying to drain him.
EK Issues is ready. He came in here ready. Like you said, Cyrus, he's game. He's here. He's not scared. He's not worried about a little pull elbow. Okay, it was nice.
Oh, goodness. Roger, I'm loving this, though. Like, this is not too clean. It's kind of dirty, but you can't have only positivity. You got to have a balance. You got to have some negativity. And this is the balance we needed.
Yeah, I agree. I think EK Issues needs to throw the rear teep kick here. Just in case he tries to do another death kick or tries to clinch him, because he's clearly okay. It's my.
How did he eat that?
I don't know how he hasn't got a rock. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how he did not.
Dustin, look at his feet. Dustin trying to watch his feet. Watch his feet.
Subtle as, right, bro? Nice little straight.
Hey, EK man, calm in the fire. He's built for this. He's bred for this. He's not worried about it.
Oh,
that's what it takes, man. You got to stay calm in this fire. He gonna put you in the fire, but you got to stay calm.
Nice. It's over. It's over.
It's no.
It's about to be.
It might be. It might be.
Because the basics are going to take you far. Like, he may be doing all the cheese, but these basic Dustin boxing combos and him just fighting smart is going to take him far in this fight.
And you got to stay calm in the fight. He keep jumping down and punch him in the face. I mean, jeez. He's going to do it again. I thought you were going to do it again. Ooh. Nice takedown defense from Dustin.
Yeah, and Charlie Oliver's head health now is in blinking range continuously. I just noticed as well, oh my god! Never mind, we may not get...
That's called karma! That's karma! You see,
he was ready!
Karma! That is karma at its finest.
Beautiful.
Listen, you put him in the fire, he don't panic. That's what that meant. You put him in the fire, he don't panic. He was in the fire and he was ready. He didn't fold. He wasn't worried. Listen, he threw the death kick while he was rocked. He slipped it and was ready to counter it. You got to stay calm in those moments, and he was. That was beautiful from EK Issues. That was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. It was excellence, man. Like, quite honestly, EK Issues, he's been around the block. He's seen it all, and now the full rules are here. Of course, it means that sometimes he's going to be taken into some, muddied waters, but he was able to rise to the occasion here this evening. That was about as unmoral of an approach that we have ever seen in this octagon. But my God, did EK Issues stick true, and with his back up against the wall, he found a way to get the job done. Absolutely beautiful to see him get his hand raised right there, and he's been a solid competitor for a long time, Jay, and I feel like, that was probably one of his bigger tests, especially given the fact that he had all of that wildness coming his way.
Even though Webbo ended up getting his ass whooped, thank you for fighting like that. Thank you for cheesing.
It was entertaining. I thought it was fun to watch. I mean, listen, we don't always want to see clean fights, man. We want to see people make it a little dirty in here. Fuck that positivity. We want to see toxic stuff too, okay? Somebody got to be the villain, okay? Somebody got to do it, okay?
Right, so, lads, sorry, back in the chat had some weird comments coming in.
No, he know, like,
we know him.
You know him? Well, you got time,
Yeah,
bro. I keep seeing him post the same shit, and it was some weirdo stuff, so, like, he had to get time. But, fair enough. Right, lads, we move upwards and onwards to the next one. The prelims are in the history books. Up next, we will be having TM by 1-0 under the Primetime banner. He will be going up against WR of Matrix. Matrix is one of the OGs, man. Like, quite honestly, he has been around, one of the long-time supporters of Primetime MMA. Actually hit his 7-month subscription here on the Twitch channel, and he has been a mainstay of the PlayStation division. He's looking to come into this final season, J-Dime, with with a lot of hype and action behind him. He really wants to set the precedence coming into the final season and showcase what his skills are all about. But brother, he is going to be going up against one of the more, like new blood, if you will. He came into that last season, Joe Weller, who was doing fantastic at the end of last season. He looked like a true killer in the cage. So I'm looking forward to this fight between an OG and some new blood, two guys that have clearly willing to let it all go in the cage. And considering that they're 1-0 v 1-0, it's a situation where somebody's O has got to go.
Yeah,
and the record don't matter though.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Shavkat Rachmanov out here, Roger, up against George St. Pierre. A bit of a change of guards. OG, like one of the OGs, one of the, kind of like this fight, the old guard v the new guard.
I mean, listen, in real life, this is kind of happening. Shavkat's gonna fight Wonder Boy, and OG fighting one of the new guys. And I'm curious how that fight goes in real life, and I'm curious how this fight goes in the game. I wonder what kind of game plan GSP brings. Is he going to wrestle, or is he going to sit there and strike with Shavkat? I think Shavkat is really big in this game. Like, he's taller than Wonderboy, I believe, in this game. So I wonder how GSP intends to close the distance against Shavkat here.
Bro, this guy's out here hunting wolves with his bare hands.
Oh my gosh, wait for an opponent?
It's very frozen for me.
Oh my,
yeah, it's not just you, bro. It is everybody.
For opponent. Like, it's going.
Wow.
Everybody's got that cricket Wi-Fi, and they need to just stop and get a new,
Wasn't this stable as shit before they came in though? I'm sure it was like.
Maybe it's the servers. It might not be them. Maybe it's the servers. Huh?
Yeah, could very well be. I think. Well, we'll have to see what happens. It could just be this match. Hopefully, it's not something that's going to be plaguing the rest. I would hope not. Hopefully, it's not a server issue. We'll give these guys a couple of extra seconds to come back. If not, we will, unfortunately, have to move on, of course. As
while it's frozen, we could talk about the real fight, at least. Shavkat's fighting Wonderboy. What do you think about that, Cyrus?
Well, that, my man, is an incredibly interesting... They're back. It's an incredibly interesting fight, though. It is an incredibly interesting fight. Wonderboy, he's so kind of long in the tooth now, but if anybody can turn back the hands of time, it's that man right there. He has a very unique style, very hard to hit, but let's be real. Shavkat is a savage in that cage, man. He will take you to the depths of hell, Jay.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Shavkat really has everything. He has 5-star elbows in the clinch. He has the death kick. He has grappling. He has everything, Roger.
Yeah, and in the game, he's just as dangerous as we can see right now. Matrix putting kind of a beating right now on GSP. I wonder if Joe Weller will ever shoot for legs at this point, because it seems as though he can't really get past the range of Shavkat, and he's, oh my gosh, he just tried to kill him. Yeah. He just tried to. I think he overexerted himself trying to kill him with that combo.
Oh my god! Hey, it saved people, Roger. That up kick right there.
Hey, it does, and Weller might need to shoot for legs, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
On the feet, it looks like he might be a slightly outmatched. This is a difficult matchup for GSP on the feet. We got to be honest. Yeah. You got GSP. Wrestle. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, man. Take this fight somewhere else, because you've been, honestly, almost slept now about 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Bro, and he's still getting lit up. Every combination lands, Roger. It's like he's just peppering him on rinse and repeat.
To be honest, I don't think he knows how to use his feet. He's just standing there letting him punch his block. And we all know that the block of the game is bad. Come on.
Maybe something.
He needs to move his feet a little bit.
Oh my! That was a beatdown. That was not a fight. That was a beatdown.
That was an ass whooping. That's what that was.
Yeah, exactly.
He got his ass whooped. Damn.
Look, that he had a point to prove tonight, that he showcased that there is levels. Rob Matrix, one of the OGs for a reason. He is a veteran for a reason. I said that he was going to try and bring out this, inner dog that he has in him for the last season. He's shown it in the past. He's had glimmers of absolute excellence, and I feel like tonight was another showcasing of just that. I hope that this man's able to continue to put together winning streaks like this, one of the best in the community, in terms of the all-round kind of presence that he brings, and when he's on his A game, as you can clearly goddamn see, he is a savage. He is an absolute savage. Another fun one in the history books. We will be moving on to the next one now. It is AKA Amazon up against Rinny. This is Rinny's first performance. I know that they are a little bit polarizing in the community in terms of the style. A lot of people call them cheesy and everything else. They like all of that. There were some Cronus things in the past, but just so that everybody's aware, if there is anybody that has had any previous issues or whatever it may be, they go through an unprecedented level of integrity checks. Rinny has jumped through all of those kind of obstacles, and from what I'm hearing, has passed everything so far. So they are going to be making their debut performance up against King Amazon, who, let's be real, he has been around the block. He has been here since day dot, and he's going to want to be showcasing what he is all about here this evening up against somebody like Rinny. It will be a real polarizing win for them, a great feather in their cap, Jay.
Oh, this is about to get interesting. We got Marab, not saying that name, versus Sean O'Malley, right? So I think Marab needs to just put on the pace on Sean. I'm talking about like be in his grill. Don't give him no room. Crowd him the way that Sean Strickland crowded Izzy, Roger.
I think this is a big fight for Rennie. Rennie is on the UFC 4 top 100 ranked leaderboards, but we all know those leaderboards don't matter. They're at prime time. Okay, he needs to put on a performance to prove to us why he is top 100, why we should care. This is a big fight for him. I'm excited to see what he shows. We already know people hate him, but that doesn't matter. He can turn those haters into lovers right now. He needs to show us what he's about. The primetime leaderboards are what matters. Let's see what he's got.
Listen, this is going to be a good fight because we know Amazon is a tough test for anyone. And Rennie, even though maybe a controversial figure, Rennie has great submission, Cyrus.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never actually had the pleasure of fighting them, but I've heard that they are actually like pretty high level, especially on the mat. But honestly, coming out really highlighting some great striking at the moment, which I'm surprised about. With the pick of King Amazon and Sugar Sean O'Malley, you'd imagine that he's going to try to really use that range to get those hands going, like he is right now. Maybe he wasn't expecting the striking that Rennie was bringing early.
Yeah, I think it's because he's fighting too close in the pocket. He should just use his range. Fight behind the jab. Use the jab. Oh my gosh, he got dropped in there. I don't know how his arm got all the way up there, but it did. But he knocked him down. So let's see.
Oh, this is the thing. Amazon fights with like weird block breaking combos, but Amazon has to use his feet. He has to use Sean attributes. Do not fight at this range. You should not be chest to chest with Marab Cyrus.
Exactly right. You should not be. I love that, bro. This is what he needs, though. Throwing those knees up the center is going to keep Rennie off him, and obviously ultimately stop those takedowns. Although I haven't seen a takedown from Rennie right now, you know that it's around the corner. It's got to be, unless they're really trying to showcase their striking, in which case they will continue to go to the well like they have been. But I don't think it suits Rennie. Quite honestly, although they're doing okay, this is kind of King Amazon's world on the feet.
Okay, this is what I think needs to happen though from here, from Rennie. Rennie's trying to push him back, but Rennie has to get Sean to the cage or use a clinch. Get him to the cage before you shoot. Don't shoot from here, Roger.
I think Rennie. I agree with that completely. If Rennie's gonna wrestle, he needs to get him closer to the cage because there he goes, right there. Nice, got his back. Okay, boom.
Oh, this is where it gets nasty. Ooh. Sean has to stay calm in here. Sean cannot panic in this situation.
Hooks are landing. Good work. Able to work his way back to his feet. Although he has got Marab backpacked right now. The takedown. Woo! It is there, Roger, and he's only got 15 seconds left, but obviously maybe this is kind of a showcasing of what the other 2 rounds could be threatened with. Because, for my money, although Rennie was looking good on the feet, they were still just kind of a slight step behind Sugar Sean O'Malley from what I was seeing.
What replay is this?
Yeah, I think it was a horrible replay. I mean, come on, like, you know, the cameraman clearly had his hands in his pocket and was doing something. Okay, let's be honest.
What's he doing?
But I mean, if I'm Amazon, he needs to fight behind the jab more. Because Rennie's not really using a lot of head movement, and you have such a range advantage. Even if Rennie slips the jab, maybe, he might not even be in range to counter you anyways. Just keep your back off the cage and fight behind the jab. Just jab spam him if you need to at this point, you know, because Rennie's doing too much damage on the feet, and when it goes to the... And, you know, right now, Rennie's shown that he can get the takedown. When it goes to the ground and he tries to ground and pound him, that's just going to be even more damage. And that was beautiful.
Oh, there we go. Everything changes here. Now everything is changing. And what I was about to say, Sean he can throw the jab moving laterally. He can throw it moving back. Like, he has to use his angles, and he has to use the good feet and good hands that God gave him, Roger.
I agree. I think he should use that way more right now. I think he's fighting. There we go. Now he's starting to fight at range a little more. I think that's what he needs to do, and that's what he was missing. Because, look, Rennie's not moving his head. Rennie's just sitting there taking it. There it is.
Beautiful combinations.
Amazon,
yeah.
Great adjustment from round 1.
Exactly, man. You know, he was having a lot of problems in round 1, but then really started to slowly turn it up. Has to be careful of that.
That's what Rennie needed. Now, I think Rennie needs to hold him with his life. Sean has to, he has to get him in a dominant position at this point.
Yeah. I think Amazon is doing a great job of trying to get back to his feet, but Rennie doing what he can to keep him there. What a denial from Amazon.
Yeah, a couple of things regarding the Cronus side of things. So part of the integrity checks that Rennie had to go through was showcasing that vibrations was turned off before they went into a lobby up situation. And we've also done, like, you know, integrity checks camera-wise to make sure all correct kit is being used, etc., etc. Was able to pass those with flying colors and had no opportunity to turn vibrations back on, hence the inability to use tools like Cronus. But with that being said, we, you know, not having a great amount of success on the mat so far, and King Amazon is really trying to let it go on the feet, but Rennie is connecting with some big shots, and it's, you know, important to note, Jay, that Marab, although he's more of an engine, right, does actually have some serious power in those hands. He can sit down Sean O'Malley if he starts to land, you know, kind of unblocked it or unprotected.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If I'm Amazon, I cannot let Rennie off the hook. I've landed so many good shots this round, and I can't just let him try to slowly work their way back into this, Roger.
I agree. I think Amazon needs to stop throwing the flying knee. He's thrown it so many times and it hasn't landed once. He got knocked down in the first round because of it. He's already winning the round. Look at the stamina. If I'm him, it's 44 seconds left. He can't get subbed in this amount of time. I'm wasting time. I'm going to the third round. I'm throwing teeps and I'm running away. Don't care. I'm saving. I won the round. Take it to round 3. It's 1-1. Try to win a third round because I don't think you're going to get a knockout. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I should just stop. Okay. Clearly he knows something I don't. Okay. But, you know, he won that round. It is 1-1 going into this third.
Wow. Lovely, lovely. I'm appreciating some of the striking from King Amazon. I'll be quite honest with you, J-Dime, in this sort of matchup, although he's a veteran, you know, he's a wild man, Amazon is. And I was, you know, kind of behind the commentary side of it, I was kind of like, ooh, he might be having some issues right now because Rennie's known for kind of like mixing it up, taking them to the ground, and that kind of shit gets him frustrated, but he doesn't seem to have allowed that to seep in here this evening. He came with the correct mental preparation, and he's been executing his game plan perfectly. Now, there's still time. There's still time, Jay, but he's looking good.
He'd have to switch stances as one because his leg is gone, but he needs a takedown more than Fat Kid needs cake. He needs this right now, Roger.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rennie needs to try to get this to the ground as best as possible. I think Amazon needs to go back to fighting at range the way he was. He was doing a great job of doing that. I think, that was a great takedown defense right there. He needs to get his back off this cage, though. He needs to, I don't know why he went for a clinch right there. Now Rennie's clinched him. Ooh, get off this cage. Get off this cage. Get off this cage. That's a problem. Rennie doing a good job of putting the pressure, though, on Amazon. I mean, look, you can't even be mad at that. You can't even be mad at that. Rennie making his own adjustments, pressuring Amazon, making him fight in his range, in his world, and finally gets the takedown that he was looking for.
So it's this is exactly what Rennie needed. We will see how this impacts now. So far, so this is some good tracking, but the defense starting to stack up. But he may end up in top mount even if he doesn't get the submission, because he's tracking well enough where that bar is going very, very well for Rennie. They're doing fantastically so far. And they switch it across into top mount.
It's possible.
Close. It's very close.
Beautiful.
Rennie might get this. And he got it.
It's over.
Do you know what?
It's
honestly, Jay Roger, honestly, I am quite surprised. I knew that they were good with their submissions, right? But Amazon was looking so on point. Amazon truly was. He was looking like he was dialed in. His striking looking as good as ever. The patience was there. The mental fortitude to work through some of these ground exchanges. But ultimately, when Rennie was able to get that locked in, they absolutely run away with it. And like I said, it was a win-win situation for Rennie because they would have ended up in top mount either way. But ultimately, was able to close out the show right there, Jay.
I have no words. I have no words right now.
Well, turning it around.
I'll say this. Rennie made a good adjustment to get him against the cage, pressure him, make him, fight in Rennie's range. And Rennie did a good job of getting a takedown and getting him there in the first place. So say what you will, we've done the test. We've made sure that Rennie is not cheating. And, we can only give him the benefit of the doubt that he won the fight fair and square. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, they did it. They did it. And, like I said, they passed all checks absolutely every step of the way. We're very, very comprehensive in the things that we do. So that's a genuine submission right there. And, yeah, good work from them. I'll be interested to see what they're able to do in future because there is quite clearly deficits on the striking when it comes against somebody like King Amazon. And, of course, I would imagine as they move up the rankings with that win, they're only going to get tougher and tougher fights. So, be interesting to see. But submission's quite clearly a key to success anytime Rennie's out there. So, with that one in the books, we move on swiftly, lads, to the next. We have had what has been a very, very quick night to fight so far, and it doesn't promise to stop up any time soon. As we look towards this next one between two guys that are, from what I believe, are both undefeated so far in this run of the season, aka Dave up against Apollo. 1-0 for Apollo, at least. I'm not too sure on Dave's record right now, but I believe he's filling in short notice. Obviously, these guys have been around for a little while. They have seen all of the styles that is able to be put across from them. But I believe it's actually the first time that they've met up and fought each other, at least under the Primetime banner, Roger. And they obviously get the full array of fighters, 5-star now allowed, on the main card of PT 108.
Yeah, and honestly, this is the meta matchup right here. This is one of the meta matchups, I should say. We got Prime Connor versus Max, and I think it comes down to if Max can manage his stamina better than Connor, and if Connor can land those kill shots that he needs to. I think that's what it comes down to in this matchup right here.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. I like this fight. I'm going to tell you why. Because Dave is, he's known for either being hot or cold. Either Dave is one of the best players in the world or he's going to be one of the worst. There's going to be no in between here. So either Dave going to, you've seen Dave beat up the best people in the world, then lose to someone he has no business losing to, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. he has really, really put together some of like the better runs, but like you say, you know, sometimes he's not on his A game, and as a result can drop the bag a few times. But the way that Apollo fights, like he is a guy that like truly fights fire with fire, Roger. He's not a guy that likes to walk back very often, but he may have to, because Connor's lighting him up right now.
Yeah, I was just about to say he might have to. I mean, geez, Dave just won't stop throwing. I mean, damn. he just threw like a 10-punch combo. What do you do against that? You know what you do? You take him down. And he gets back up. I mean, geez, what can you do against Dave right now? I mean, Apollo trying to fight back. Apollo's block, if you look, is already low. I don't know how it's low that fast, but it's already low. Like, he has destroyed the block of Apollo. Now, if I'm Dave, at this point, you know, either you keep doing what you're doing or maybe slow down a little bit, because, you know, Max will recover. You know, it's kind of hard to knock Max out, and Max does have the stamina advantage. Even though their stamina is kind of similar right now, you know, Dave is exerting a lot of energy right now. Yeah. And Apollo, all Apollo has to do is just go to the body in between these shots. You know, make this a 3-round.
He's scared.
There are fighters that are suited to fighting to the death, and it's the types of like Max Holloway, Nate Diaz. They don't get knocked out, they don't get tired, they will continue to go. So Conor McGregor and MK Dave's going to be very happy it's only 3 rounds here this evening, but that could be a very long 3 rounds if he doesn't manage to get the knockout and waste a little too much stamina.
Here we go, Apollo fighting back. He's game. He is game. Oh my gosh, Dave with these combos though. These are hard to get away from. Conor does have over 100 accuracy on this Conor. I mean, let's be real. He has like, what does he have? Like 100 accuracy, and then he has the perks that add on to it. Like, it's gonna be hard to do anything against that. You just gotta move your head perfectly and get out of there.
Nice.
I think Dave gets out of this though.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. He's not even gonna get the switch over of position, wasn't able to hold it for long enough. Only a minute left to go. Likely some ground and pound incoming. But these guys, I don't know. Who's winning this fight so far? Like, who you kind of leaning to on this first round?
Dave is winning this fight.
Dave is clearly winning this fight.
Did he get a stun? Maybe I missed it, bro. Maybe I missed it.
Cyrus, you may be drunk right now.
Maybe I am, bro. Maybe I am.
You're in traffic right now.
All you got to do is look at Apollo's block right now. That should tell you enough. Just look at that alone. There's no reason his block should be this low in round 1. Like, that is a problem.
Do you know what, lads? I've just zoned back in. I now remember this fight. You're absolutely right. He was dog walking him from the beginning. We said he doesn't take steps back, and he needed to. I'm back with it. Oh, Jesus. Well, Max Holloway does need to make some major adjustments then, of course, going into the second round. But as the fight goes longer, if he's able to keep his cardio high and try to mitigate a little bit more damage, then obviously he's going to be into a bit of a nice spot coming into that third round. But this might be a very difficult second round considering how that first was going there, Roger.
You know, I would agree with that. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a very difficult match for Apollo. At this point, if I'm Apollo, instead of trying to box with Conor, I'm making this a kickboxing match, because it clearly Dave wants to box, and Dave just wants to break his block and just get him out of there as soon as possible. Nice teep kick from Apollo. I think he should go back to that. Throw jab, teep kick. He just had a mini seizure. I would take advantage of that as well. Do what you got to do. Beat him up. Do whatever it takes. Oh my goodness.
Well, this may be the beginning of the end. Only 3 minutes. 3 minutes 35 left in this round. A lot of time for him to work. The block is broken. The head health is blinking. And the finish may be on the cards. But you know as well as I do, Roger, he has to be careful not to get overzealous, because as you see right now, Max Holloway will switch it up on him one way or another.
Yeah, I think Apollo's doing everything he can to stay in this fight, and I like that Apollo is game and he's not giving up. We haven't seen Apollo once in this fight give up and just let things happen. He's trying to fight back. He's going for takedowns. He's doing everything he can to win this fight. He's even, I like the wrestling approach right now. He needs to do that. Save his block is obliterated. If they stand up, it's only going to get worse. So at this point, he needs to try to make Dave waste as much stamina trying to get up for the rest of this round. Maybe just take this to the third round and try to get a knockout with a low stam Dave. Because, you know, doing all that block breaking, Max, so it really could go either way.
Truly, it could. Some nice little ground and pound. This is really good for Max, actually. You know, the more he can keep it in this grappling exchange, he's going to be able to wear on that stamina of McGregor. And although this isn't where he typically does the best work, you know, he does have a cardio advantage nevertheless. Oh, my goodness. And on the feet, J-Dime, it's not looking good for him so far.
Hey, Max is folding to his pressure. He's been folding to his pressure. He really had survived. He don't got stamina.
I think it's the footwork too. You know, at this point, he needs to use a tee or some type of kick to.
He did something. He did something.
There we go. Get his stamina low, and he's going for standing key.
Look at the escape, though. Look at that.
He's doing a great job of escaping that. Yeah.
It doesn't even matter because his stam is like. Okay.
Yeah, I think he should keep the pressure. Just be careful. You know, you're blinking. You know. Oh my goodness. Careful. Oh my gosh. Yo, Apollo doing everything he can. Apollo hasn't given up. Oh my gosh. I think, see, this fight just got 10 times more interesting. You know why? Because Dave's stamina is so low, he can't throw the long combos he was throwing in the first round to try to get Apollo out of there. If Apollo can just survive, get some distance, and make this a dog fight, not a dog fight, but just get a nice counter, just one good counter, he could turn his whole fight, or he can get a flash KO. Because Dave's stamina is so low, and Dave is expending every single bit of stamina he can to try to finish him. So he just needs to get just a solid counter. That's all he needs.
Absolutely. This is a lot better from Apollo right now, but then he gets caught. The head health not there, and the onslaught continues, Jay.
Oh my gosh! It's over. That might be over.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Dave said he's here for a good time, not a long time. Dave don't care about the stamina. Dave just wanted to beat his ass.
Yeah, it don't matter about stamina when your opponent's face down on that canvas, and that's exactly what happened. It's not too often, Roger, that you see Max Holloway get put to sleep, but put to sleep, he most certainly was here this evening.
Dave did what he had to do. Dave wasn't playing no type of games. He came here to win this fight. He might have something to do. You know what it is? He trying to watch the UFC fights right now. That's why he rushed through that. He trying to watch the fight.
He had to hurry up and get this over with.
Bro. You know, he just trying to go do what he had to do.
Oh, Jesus. Well, lads, we move on very, very swiftly. So far, these guys are not wasting any time at all, getting into their fights, getting the hands flowing, and finding some great finishes throughout the course so far here this evening. We currently have 4 fights left scheduled. We are already within the last 4 fights of this evening, guys. So we'll now skip across, have a little look at, obviously, the 4 fights that are ahead, and that is between Super Aaron up against Easy Work GG next. A little bit of Ben's Beans up against Buck following that, and then of course we hit our 2 #1 contenders matchup, which we will come back round to in a moment. But Roger, I know that you've called a few cards with us now, and you've been watching the events. These guys right here, especially Easy Work GG, has been on an absolute killing spree recently, especially towards the end of last season. I'm very intrigued to see what he's able to do up against somebody like Super Aaron, who has a lot of hype behind him, and I hear a lot of good things. They are both traditionally strikers, but whether or not they do that here this evening, of course, remains to be seen, but maybe is a bit of a promise of a barn burner.
I mean, listen, I say it every time, and I'll say it again. The record doesn't matter. Okay, it's no bright lights. Aaron might starch this man. We don't know. Okay, so what? It's 10-0. Okay, it doesn't matter. Aaron is probably like that under the pressure. He probably likes the pressure. He probably ain't in there locked in. We don't know what this man is thinking about. Easy Work could be nervous. We don't know. We just don't know. And you said it yourself, Cyrus, when you start in these events, you know, they do get nervous. They get a little bit, pressure gets to them maybe. Yeah. You know, and I think the record truly doesn't matter.
No,
we might see a different fight here.
I completely agree with you. The record does not matter, but I will say one thing about Easy Work GG. This man does not lack in confidence. It doesn't matter the foe that he is standing across from. He truly believes in himself. And so far, he's doubled down on every performance he's had. I'm interested, honestly, I'm very interested to see. And I feel like this kind of legendary Bisping pick is it's a bit different as well. We don't often see it too often, but it's a really, really solid pick in this weight class, especially against somebody like Pereira who hits hard. And, you know, you can tax that cardio of Pereira.
Man.
And that is true.
Hey, Roger, you may be jinxing fighters right now. I'm not. I've read when you say the record doesn't matter. They have lost every fight.
I'm trying to show respect to these guys, all right? I don't want to come in here thinking, oh, it's a foregone conclusion, like he's going to lose, it doesn't matter. No, listen. Everybody has a chance, okay? The bright lights matter. We have 1 million people watching us, okay? We're the most famous people on Twitch. This is the bright lights, okay? This matters.
Brother.
Stop!
No, genuinely though, when it comes down to, you know, these guys in and of themselves, as you can see, they're both very, very seasoned, especially when it comes to fighting inside of the pocket, right? And Super Aaron is throwing out some wild little spinning back fists. It could get him sent to the land of Wind and Whispers, or it could get, you know, land him a nice little beautiful KO, but Easy Work trying to smother him, Jay. And he's mixing up that leg kick. Every time Pereira steps out of range, he's catching him with that leg kick over and over again.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing brilliant work with the leg kicks, but he has to be wary of Alex Pereira's left hook, because that left hook can put anybody out, Roger.
I agree. I think Aaron's doing a good job of fighting at a good pace. I think what he should do is go to the body more of Bisping, because Bisping has like 99 cardio, and you know that is a great tool in itself. So, you know, I also like that Easy Work gets rocked. Easy Work, I was just about to say, he's being very patient. He just got countered there, but I like the patience from Easy Work as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's cold-blooded out there, quite honestly, the way that Easy Work fights. He's very, very, like, cerebral in the way that he approaches these matchups. But Super Aaron is being, honestly, he's being like a bit of a hitman out there. He's sniping those shots. He's really, really trying to pick apart different areas of Easy Work's game. The thing I don't like is that spinning back fist. I feel like he's just kind of throwing that on the end of shit, Jay, but everything else is looking good.
Man, I respect this prime Michael Bisping pick, even though he should not be a 5-star. I'm sorry, Michael Bisping. You had a good career, but you're not a 5-star fighter. We're going to keep it real.
Bro, he did that with one eye. Imagine two. No, he gets caught, though. The spinning back fist lands for him. Like I said, when it lands, it can be impactful. But the front kick in return.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
goodness. No, it's not over. Yeah. I mean, listen, I think Aaron is not Aaron. Easy Work is fighting a damn near perfect fight. Even though he got countered there, I think he's got the perfect approach to this. I love the leg kicks. They're landing, and you know Pereira has like an 80 switch stance, so it's not like Pereira is efficient in the other stance. I think he's got the right approach, and he can afford to put on the pressure because he has the stamina advantage as well. Because, like I said, Bisping has 99 cardio for some reason. Don't know why.
I just say for some reason like Bisping be getting tired.
I mean, I don't know. It's not that I think he gets tired. I just think it's kind of random that he got 99 cardio. Let's be real. Like, when have we known Bisping as this cardio guy who has this insane?
He sits him down though. That right hand of Michael Bisping continues to land, and of course that left hand is his best takedown offense in the game. Period. He's landed it too many times to call, but I really like this pressure and. Those front kicks, I mean, they're naked, man. They're telegraphed, but they're landing.
Oh, my. Is it over for Alex?
No. Alex's shit is amazing. Alex has amazing shit, so it's going to be hard to put him out.
Yeah. It's tough.
Aaron's doing a great job of breaking him down, though. He's not forcing it. He's not, overexerting himself, trying to get him out of there. He's not taking too many risks. I think he's doing a great job breaking him down. These leg kicks are beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it was from the opening bell. He went to them. It was obviously part of his overall game plan, but geez, man.
Oh, my. This match was over. Oh, my. Don't take a back.
Oh, he's going. Hey,
Oh my.
I think he's trying to get in Aaron's head. I think he's trying to get in Aaron's head. I think he wants Aaron to
He
make
got
mistakes.
real estate in there. You know, it's all
I mean, he definitely does, because as soon as he taunted Aaron, did a spinning elbow, trying to get him with another elbow after that. I mean, if that doesn't say he's in his head, I don't know.
Well, it's all flying knee. Do something. You need something right now.
Why he listened to you.
Listen to me.
He can hear you. I mean, he's
My God.
Yikes, man. Yo, easy work. He's like an assassin, like you said. He's in there. He's locked in when he's in these fights.
Yeah, he is. He makes easy work of his opponents, man. So far, he's living up to his namesake. I look forward to this guy's meteoric rise over the last run of UFC 4. A latecomer to this league, but he's putting on performances like he belongs. And so far, he showcased that absolutely he belongs on the main card. And we're going to continue to see him move up those rankings nicely, Jay.
Yeah, and him joining BFAP may have been the best thing to happen to his career. As we're transitioning into UFC 5, he's with all them killers like Zayev, Trixie, Dave. Like, there's a bunch of killers there, and that can just take his game to the next level.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I keep forgetting that man has been signed to BFAP. That is a monumental signing for them for such a, I've known BFAP for a very, very long time. They don't take on too many new guys, quite honestly. So they've clearly seen something in easy work, and he's bringing the full tools that are at his disposal to this octagon. His striking looking as clean as ever. But my man Roger, we move on to the next one. Of course, it's the final fight before we get on to our co-main and main event. It's going to be between Ben's Beans. I absolutely love that name. Ben's Beans up against what remains of Vuk. Well, this honestly, Roger, honestly, bro, it has been a night of old guard v new guard. I feel like that's been the story. That's been the kind of the thing that showed throughout the entire night. Old guard v new guard. Now, Ben's Bean is new to the promotion, but this man is 2-0 currently. And obviously, he wants to keep his undefeated streak going. But to do that, he has to go up against one of the most difficult men to compete against on the PlayStation division. An absolute savage in what remains of Vuk. He's 3-1. He had a good run in that Grand Prix, but let's not kind of call it anything else. He is an absolute savage in that cage, and he did that. He's hit the heights he has before all of the rules were lifted. Now all the rules are lifted, although he hasn't used it yet. He does have that in his back pocket, so for my money, Ben's Beans really has to step up to the mark to keep his undefeated streak alive.
Yeah, and I like that we're getting this new blood in here, trying to make their way up the rankings and show why they deserve to be in Primetime, the most important promotion on Twitch. I mean, it's it just goes to show how people are always evolving. We're always getting new people. We're always getting new guys who think they're the best or believe that they truly are the best and can show that they are the best. And I like this matchup right here. Dustin versus Alexander Volkanovski at lightweight is a great matchup in my opinion. This is an even fight if you ask me. I will say this though. Volkanovski's chin is not that good in this division. It's all right. Like, it's not horrible, but it's just not as good as it is in featherweight.
I'm about to be real here, right? Ben's Beans has a monumental task. On paper, this should not be a competitive fight. On paper. But Ben's Beans has a chance to shock the world and show that he's better than everyone think he is.
But I can't believe I don't know if I'm missing something, but he was in the chat saying that he's fought
I've seen
CB.
him no, on CB's come up. Yeah. I've seen when CB first had PT. Yeah. I've seen Ben's Beans.
Bro, I call so many fights. I apologize to Ben's Beans. Hopefully, like he's gonna take all of this as motivation to really put himself in our minds for any future fight. Because right now he is trying to walk down Vuk, and I feel like he's being healthily respectful of what Vuk brings to the cage, but he doesn't seem to be backing down from the challenge, Roger.
Yeah, he's not, and you shouldn't. This is where champions are made. You can't be, a weak-minded individual to fight in primetime. You got to be mentally prepared, and you got to be ready to put it all out there right now. And I think he's doing a great job of, showing Vuk that his striking is up there with the best of them, and he's doing a great job right now. I think he's forcing Vuk to wrestle, if anything, right here, because
Vuk's a wrestler though. That's the problem. Hey, Roger, Vuk was only a striker because he was sparring with Trey.
I mean, listen, it all starts on the feet, anyways, right? So here we are. Let's see if Vuck gets this. Oh, he lets it go.
Lovely, liking it. Transitions across into top mount. Equal in terms of stamina so far, but of course Vuck is actually the man that's working harder now. You know, being on bottom in the ground exchanges is never fun, Jay. But the guy on top is actually going to have to work harder to be able to advance position if the guy on bottom is kind of, you know, being defensively cognizant. They just have to be careful not to burn themselves, and they're able to weather that storm and ultimately turn it around when they've got that stam advantage. But it's whether or not he can do that when it's second after second of somebody like Vuck, a savage, backpacked onto you, looking for RNCs and all sorts, right?
Yeah, he's exerting, and the person who's offensively grappling is the one exerting more stamina, unless you're panicking from bottom.
So far, this is a tough round to score, to be honest. Like, I thought, I thought Poirier was winning, but now we're seeing Vuck implement a lot of ground and pound. He already went for a submission. He's getting a lot of control time. I mean, it's really hard to say who's winning this round.
This is Vuck's round now.
Yeah, this is probably Vuck's round now, yeah, because he's starting to land a lot more ground and pound. Doesn't he? Yeah, this might be Vuck's round now for sure.
He just panicked. Oh, he just went up. Oh, yeah, this is... This may be over.
Yeah, this is bad. Bad news for Dustin.
Oh my goodness. There's 30 seconds left. Can Vuck finish this right here?
He should posture up and try to get some
half guard. Now he's in full guard. He postures up again. Okay, here we go.
Good work from Vuck so far in this opening round, man. Really turning it up on Ben's beans, especially when it hit the mat. Obviously, where Vuck does his best work, but showcasing why he's so dangerous down there, Jay.
Yeah, Dustin has to keep this on the feet at all costs now.
I agree.
He had success in the beginning.
Nice.
Well, he needs to slow down now.
How did he recover so quick? He got rocked then. That was actually a rock, but he recovered in 0.2 seconds. That was crazy.
Volkanovski might have insane recovery in this game. I don't remember.
Never seen it that quick, bro. That's insane.
You're not wrong. I haven't either. It is insane.
If anybody's gonna have it though, it's gonna be somebody like Volk. Let's be real. That man has like will force that not many can match.
Ooh. Oh my.
Ooh. You know, if he was to pull Jay and go for something other than that elbow, I think he'd have a lot more success. But he seems
we're back. Oh yeah, but now we're back here. Now none of that matters.
I think Beans is overexerting himself. He's not worried about the takedown as much as he should be. He should maybe be slowed down, but maybe he's ready for this. He reverses Vuck. Let's see if he can hold Vuck here. This is huge for Beans right here.
Yeah, I'd get up. No, I'd get up. Because that's where he has success on the feet with him. You don't want to just sit here in his element.
Nice. That was I love the feinted takedowns when they work. Wasn't able to really get full utilization out of it there, but he's trying to give him different angles. Ben's Bean though, he has to turn it up a little bit, Roger. Like maybe even start trying to go to the body, because the stamina burns a little bit, but Vuck's too veteran savvy to let it be like ridiculously ahead.
Yeah, I think Ben's Beans needs to stick to 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 punch combos right now, and maybe not focus so much on kicks, because Vuck is clearly fishing for the takedown, and that's where Vuck wants to go. So by throwing so much, I think that's what gives Vuck the advantage to give that takedown, to give him the angle to get that. So I think Beans is doing a good job right now of slowing down the pace and just making it a boxing match, and not overexerting on the combos. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it.
And honestly, I know that as Humble always says, it's hard to it's hard for the guy that's trying to take you down to do so if he's on the back foot, right? It's really hard to take somebody down when you're on the back foot. So start the pressure through presence, but. Obviously, he's not got that opportunity right now, as he has to try and work his way back to the feet with only 55 seconds left to go. Vuck gaming, absolutely executing a perfect game plan for him in his corner right now.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, he should have pressured with the presence and not with so many punches. And now, Vuck, I think Vuck, it just goes to show how good Vuck is at wrestling, man, to get it there. Like, I didn't think he had that takedown, and he got it, you know, and now he's got him here, and this is Vuck's world right here. You know, Vuck putting a beating on him. He might finish it right here.
Yeah, he is mauling him from that top mount.
He was mauling him. Vuck is an animal.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, look, the way he was setting that up, like I thought it was over almost 30 seconds before, not gonna lie to you, but like a little bit of movement kept him in it. Vuck found his opportunity towards the end of that round. Somebody actually called this in the chat about like 2.5 minutes ago. They were like, he's gonna get a finish at the end of this round, and he did. And he did. That's crazy. Vuck does it again, though, Jay.
Wow. Yeah, once it gets to the ground, that's where it goes the other way. And even though Ben's Beans lost, I'll give him credit. He's gotten a lot better than when I used to call his fights. Like, he's gotten better.
Yeah, for sure. Look, right now this is a clean sweep for what remains. As obviously we just seen Matrix say in the chat, doing very well is that camp, and obviously had some great signings. Vuck being at the top of this division for some time now, and showcasing why here this evening. But my guys, we have had what has been an incredible night of fights already at Primetime 108. But we're not quite done just yet. We, of course, up next have our co-main event of this evening, an Xbox #1 contenders matchup, the winner of which will fight Trixie on the next card. Never been as big of an opportunity as either one of these guys have right here. And Roger, quite honestly, I expect them both to truly take this fight to all realms to get themselves ahead. They're both so very well-rounded. They're both capable of getting finishes in very diverse and decisive fashions. And although I don't know which way this is gonna go, I feel like these two have all of the ingredients to put on one of the truly legendary fights of Primetime 108.
I agree. I mean, listen, this is a #1 contenders fight. You got to show us why you deserve to fight for the belt right now. Whoever wins this fights for the belt. You got to put on a performance of a lifetime right here. You got to do what you got to do to show us, hey, I deserve to go fight this guy and go get this belt. It's my time. It's my time to do this. It's my time to go get a win so I can go beat the guy. And, look at the last wins these guys have. These are not scrubs they've beaten. We just watched Easy Work, and look at what we said about Easy Work. Look how he looked in that fight. And Winter XJ has a win. That was his last win, And Psycho P, I'm sure he was an amazing fighter. And look what TMX did. He won that fight. This is a fight for the ages right now. TMX on a 2-win streak. Winner coming off a win over Easy Work. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What more can we say about this fight?
Exactly, and the only loss to Winter right now is actually the champion. That's it was in the finals, the Grand Prix. So look, this, like I say, has so many intangibles going into it. There's so much pressure on on both of these guys' back. There's a lot on the line, Jay. And now is their opportunity to try and see who's able to rise to that occasion. TJ Dillashaw for Winter XJ. And of course, standing across from him, Aljamain Sterling. We don't see him too often, Jay. But of course, TMX feels like that's his guy. Feels like he has all of the tools he needs to get the W here this evening. And of course, he is a very difficult man to go up against.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the Aljo pick, Aljo has like the death kick. He got all the nice kicks, but he don't got no power in none of his strikes. And I feel like against TJ Dillashaw, sometimes you got, oh my, whoa, okay. Hey, yo.
Oh my God.
That shows you. We already know what type of time they on now.
Look at the pace. They don't like each other. Look at
They do not like, yeah.
Oh my. Zero feeling out process, J-Dime, really trying to turn it up early.
Oh my goodness. His aggression just bit him in the butt, basically.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think Aljamain is low-key an underrated pick. People don't, give Aljo enough credit in this division. I think Aljo has a great chin, great cardio. He doesn't have power, but he can grapple and strike in this game. And I think that means a lot.
especially his grappling, man. People know he's good, but they don't realize how good he is. Aljamain Sterling literally fought a friend of mine in the UFC, and I know how good this guy is at grappling. And when I saw those guys kind of lock up, and he found it very difficult to move Aljo, you could see the strength that this man has for the division. He clearly has the...
Oh my God.
He has all of the tools, Jay, to get the job done on the mat, and you can see that ground and pound savage, but he has submissions too, my man.
Oh, this is... Oh, he has not that rear naked choke with a life. It's over if you get that. It's over if you get that from back flat.
Ooh.
Oh my... Oh, his... Oh, he's...
Hey, TMX showing he's a true killer in this division.
I'm not... Hey,
This is
I'm not
very
gonna lie.
close.
He had no choice but to give up his back, though, Cyrus.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
He had no choice.
He rage quit.
Oh my God. When he got hurt, there's only one way out of that is to give up your back.
brother,
He just got-
I have never
Oh,
seen
my-
a rage quit of that sort.
That's hey, that was that's oh
Bro, we will not be seeing Winter for some time. I do not think. That is pretty sure. He just stole the opportunity and the moment away from his opponent right there. Obviously, that was. Ooh, that's grim. Bro. That's grim.
Hey, I don't think. Hey, nah, bro, you can't. Nah, bro, you raging like that?
Something
Why
else.
so many rage quits? That's the worst one today.
Bro, that's the worst one of the last 4.5, 5 years. I ain't ever seen any
I
shit
mean,
like that.
that was the number one contender fight. You should have went on your shield. Let him break your arm. Fuck it. Oh my gosh. Hey, yo.
Well,
No way you just rage quit in front of this many people. Ain't no way you can.
I honestly, right? If I was TMX, I would take that as like some sort of badge of honor right there. Like, he made that guy quit mid-submission. Like, that's unique enough on OWC, never mind on a live event. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like, he knew he was done. He knew.
We gotta put like a tag next to these men, man. Like, every time somebody rage quit, we gotta put like RQ next to it, not DQ, just RQ. Meaning they rage quit. They didn't just get knocked out. They didn't just get they rage quit. Like, dude closed his app so fast. Like, I thought we was gonna see a submission out of nowhere. Say he disconnect. No.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
do you know what? We were calling for quick finishes, and Axe was giving us one. One way or another, Winter just decided to speed that shit up a little. We move on very, very swiftly, my guys, to the main event of Primetime 108. The moment we have all been waiting for, between two of my favorite fighters to watch under this banner. Entertaining, technical skills through the goddamn roof. And it is between KM Samurai Robin and STK Reaper. These guys have bad intentions on their minds here this evening. And Roger, I goddamn know, no matter how dialed in and focused he is, look, Reaper has been waiting for this opportunity for a very long time. He has earned it. He now goes up against one of the best in the division, period, in Samurai Robin. And like I said to you before, you know, a lot of these matchups, they are really, really kind of old guard v new guard. Samurai's a little bit newer. He's been a season or so here now, but you know, Reaper's been around for a long old time, and they have an opportunity to meet up and find out who is challenging for that belt next. Who is going up against Pain next?
I mean, we already know Jinja is like that. He's a former champion. He's beaten the likes of, I don't even got to say, he's beaten the best of the best. I mean, at this point, I think Jinja needs to be put in the Hall of Fame for what he's done in this league, right? Jinja's like that, okay? And I just want to know, Jay, can you just remind me, who is Reaper beat again? I just want you to remind me, Jay.
Ginger isn't fighting, by the way.
Hey, listen, I don't know.
Jay, I'm going to say it, bro. He beat you, bro.
Now did he?
Look, three judges did that. It wasn't my vote, but like, 3 judges. They may have done you dirty, bro, but technically there's an L against your name with a W next to his. So like, he's beat some people, you know. But like, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if he can get the job done here this evening. I said
all jokes aside, right?
Yeah.
Like I've seen Reaper give people some tough time. Like I don't think Reaper's going to get whitewashed here. I think Reaper can surprise some people. And listen, you know he's Irish and he loves Connor, and you know that's one of his mains. So I'm surprised he didn't pick Kobe, but yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I feel like Reaper has shown a more technical and composed side of himself recently, the likes of which we have not seen from him in a very long time. But it's going to be maybe a little bit more difficult than you'd think to do that against somebody like KM Samurai Robin, who is one of the more technical strikers around, period, Roger.
Yeah, I can see it right now. His counters are on point right now. He's countering Reaper to death. I mean, Reaper needs to reevaluate his approach here already, because I think Reaper is very sharp. He's not Reaper. Robin, Samurai Robin's very sharp right now. He's doing a great job of just, you know, picking Reaper apart right now, and Reaper's doing a good job of making some adjustments. But oh my goodness, look at Samurai Robin just on the money right now. I think Samurai Robin needs to get off his cage though.
Yeah,
I will say that, he needs his cage.
Bro, he doesn't normally let like 4 pieces go either. You know, Samurai Robin, the fact he's doing that early means that he's already got some reads. That's a little bit concerning for Reaper, who has to now mask his pressure a little bit, because I feel like he's fighting too linear at the moment, J Diamond. It's starting to get him caught a little bit by the kind of straight shots of Samurai Robin.
I like Reaper's pressure right now. This is, even though he's having more success than I would expect with him pressuring Samurai Robin, but with that being said, he is still getting pieced up walking forward, Roger.
Yeah, I agree. I think oh my gosh, bro. Samurai Robin's so sharp right now, it's not even funny, man. Golly. I mean, if I'm Reaper, I'm making Samurai Robin come forward at this point. Make him come forward, because clearly the pressure is not working. I mean, look at him. Reaper getting torn up too.
This is one of those other, you know, kind of pick your poison sort of moments.
His leg is torn.
Right leg's already gone. Left leg now being offered up to the mantelpiece of, you know, performance and excellence. But he really has to find a way to challenge and get that head health compromised, because the leg is gone. The eye is bleeding, Jay.
No, it's just like Samurai Robin's so good at leg kicks, and it's just funny to see him keep kicking his leg, Roger. Nothing's being done about this.
And geez, I mean, if I'm Reaper, man, you know, he needs to slow down the pace and maybe use Connor's arm reach a little bit.
Back. Go back.
Yeah, he at this point he has to fight as Orthodox Connor. As we all know, I do not like Orthodox Connor, but at this point, I don't think he has a choice. I think he may have to just fight in that stance. That was a nice hook though. Oof. Samurai Robin is so sharp. I mean, geez.
I said it a while ago, one of my favorite fighters to watch, period, bro. The way that he does it out there, the technical soundness of his strikes, you know, he picks real nice animations. Nothing's weird, right? Nothing kind of comes out of pocket. Everything is chosen with intent. He's not just pressing buttons. He is not, you know, kind of spraying and praying. He is aiming and firing, and you can clearly see the difference, you know, in the striking approaches between himself and Reaper right now, who is having a lot of trouble closing the distance because, oh god, everything.
Oh my goodness, that was sneaky. I'm not gonna lie. Samurai Robin look like he's on a mission right now.
Yeah.
He looks like he's in the Matrix.
And it's crazy because he fights in real life too.
Yeah,
Samurai Robin.
Also, he's cheating.
He's cheating?
He has an unfair advantage. That's what that means. He has an unfair advantage. He's cheating. Clearly. Look at him.
Broken legs. Oh my god.
Low, high.
Yo, block low.
He's catching him with the oldest tricks in the book.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If Samurai Robin lands another leg kick,
he may be trying to go for the first leg kick finish right now.
Hey man, if he does that right now, that would look crazy.
Did you see that sidestep? Did you see that stutter step? This man is absolutely styling out here.
Hey, if I'm Reaper, as a pride thing, I'm only blocking low.
You know? Did it. He fucking did it. First leg kick break in history under the Primetime banner. Samurai Robin, the kicking sensation, gets it done again, Jake. Jesus.
He just kicked both of his legs off the bone. I feel bad. No. I really feel bad.
Hey, That is a hell of a way to end the fight card. I mean, the last fight of the night, and it's a leg kick finish. I mean, gee, Reaper, you just gotta block low. I would listen. If it's me, I'm not gonna lie. I would just let him knock me out. Ain't no way I'm gonna be the first one to get leg kick finish. You got me, man. You got me so fucked up. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god,
brother. This is that was an unreal performance from Samurai Robin. Stand up, take a bow, brother, because you have secured yourself an opportunity at that belt, a rematch, one of the only rematches I'd imagine we're going to see this season, because he goddamn deserves it. He had a tough run out the last time in their fight. The takedown was quite clearly a lot. Maybe didn't know what pain was all about, but I mean, if he's able to do something like that, if he's able to take that leg away, it's hard to take a man down. So the best leg kicker in the game finally gets a leg kick finish, and that moves us on beautifully, lads, to the end of the show here this evening. Thank you to J-Dime, Roger, all the guys in the back, from Doc, Lucky, Ginger, Reaper. Everybody's been doing, like, Reaper was fighting in the main event tonight. He was doing work in the back. Honestly, we love each and every one of you. We appreciate the support week in, week out. A quick shout out once again to all the guys that have come through, dropping their resubscriptions. You guys have been doing it for a long time now, so we appreciate you. King Jon Snow, Spooky Guest, Ghost Steven, sorry, Matrix Reborn. You guys have continually showcased or showed up and showed out for us. Thank you to the competitors, everybody supporting us in the chat and around the world. We will be back next Saturday, of course, with continued carnage. 2 title fights is what we believe is going to be running as per normal come next weekend, with the winners of tonight's co-main and main event now fighting for the opportunity next weekend out. So make sure to check out J-Dime, make sure to check out Roger. They do stream on a very, very regular basis, 2 of the absolute best in the business, and obviously great guys as well. So click on their names, follow their streams, and the last thing from ourselves, lads, is please join the raid at the end. We will be pushing the love forward through to somebody else streaming on the UFC 4 content side of things at the moment, so make sure to join in, and yeah, stay safe, enjoy the fights tonight, and we'll see you in the next one.